For any profession, there are always two best teachers, time and a mentor. When you choose time as your teacher, during your learning phase, you are always alone. There is no one to guide you towards the correct path. Time as a teacher gives you more test or hardship. That is, you learn by making mistake yourself. And since you are alone in this journey, you make mistakes many times because there is no one to guide you and also to warn you about your mistakes. And after many years of tests and hardship, finally the time teaches you the important lesson of that hardship or the test. But on the other hand, when you choose a mentor as your teacher, you are not alone in the journey of learning and improving yourself. You always have someone to guide you and also to motivate you throughout your journey. The mentor will take more time in teaching you the lessons. Also, the mentor will teach you the main or the important lesson for weeks or months in different ways and make it very easy for you to understand. And once your learning is done from the mentor, the hardship or the test phase of your life is very less or very little, because now you can apply your learnings from your mentor, and since you have all the knowledge about it, you come out through it with a very good phase and sooner. So doctors, in a way, when you choose time as your teacher, it takes lot of time to learn the lesson. While you have a mentor as your teacher, then you learn things very fast. In this process, you save lot of time, and that is your precious time during your young age. The mentor with his or her experience will tell you the lesson first, that this is to be done like this is not to be done like this, otherwise you will end up like this. And then they'll teach you the lesson for months and years, while time will give you test and hard time for months and years, while a mentor will teach you the lesson for months and years. And once that mentor teaches you the lesson, you know those topics, you are confident on those things, and then when you apply them in your practical field, that is when your hardships or test starts. But since you are aware about all the possibilities, what can go right, what can go wrong, then you come out through this test very fast with very flying colors. And that is why when you choose mentor as your teacher, your learning is more and your test time is less, or your mistakes are less, or your hardship is less, and you become successful faster. So according to me and according to all the experts in this world, it is the best way and smartest way to become more smart or successful, and that is always to choose a mentor. But we all, particularly in dentistry, are making the same mistakes, and that is we always prefer time as our teacher. So today I am here with this topic just to bring to light the other side of the picture of the mistakes that we all make, and I would like you all to be the judge of it and put the two markings on different sides of the paper, and at the end you yourself can evaluate whether choosing time as your teacher is beneficial or whether choosing a mentor is beneficial. And I can guarantee this because I have made this mistake. And as you all know, every content on our channel is tried and tested by me personally. So here this mistake also has been tried by myself personally. I also made a mistake of choosing time as my mentor. And at that phase of my life, I was an unhappy dentist. I was not a successful dentist, but thank God that he made me realize that it was my fault and not the fault of dentistry. So as soon as I realized this, I changed my attitude and immediately I changed my teacher. And once I changed my teacher and I selected mentor as my teacher, I had to go through many mentors to learn many different topics of dentistry. So today I can say I have many mentors, but I am definitely one of the happiest dentists in this world. I love dentistry. I will choose to become a dentist in every birth that I get. And I am also financially sound by practicing only dentistry. So doctors, just hear out me for a few minutes and then you can make the decision yourself. So, hello doctors, I am Dr. TARUN MAVADIA from Dental Academy. I am here with this new topic of myths in dentistry, where we will discuss many such common mistakes or myths in dentistry that are coming along since many years, but they have no logic behind them and they are practically harmful to us. So I'm just going to bring into light all those myths and try to bring it to your attention, and then you can choose to select them or to avoid them and take benefit out of it. So doctors, once again, I am Dr. Tarun Mavadia from Dental Academy. Let's begin. If you are not a successful dentist, or if you are not a happy dentist, and if you are new in dentistry, you need to evaluate, and it is time for you to change your attitude and also to change your teacher. Because if you are unhappy dentist, then definitely you have chose time as your teacher. Now believe me, evaluate the things that I have told you, write down them in a piece of paper, what you have done and what a mentor can do for you, and then you evaluate it yourself, and then you come to your conclusion, and I can guarantee the mentorship will always come on the top. So now you can choose time as your mentor, and you can learn things by making the same mistake many times, and then at the end of 5 to 10 years you gain your experience, and then you actually start doing practice. But in those 10 years, the errors that you made, those patients are not going to come to you, those patients' relatives are not going to come to you. But when a student smartly learns the thing, when they are perfect in their OPDs, etc., then in their practice, whatever patient come into their contact, at least they are not making blunders. And that is why their number of OPDs after 5 to 10 years increases. And while for the other people, once they gain their experience, but their number of OPDs slowly starts going down. So doctors, as I said earlier, there are always two teachers in life, either a time or a mentor. But in dentistry, most of us select time as our teacher. That is, whenever we are intern or we are freshly passed out dentist, we think that we will learn things by observationship, by going to some other clinic, hoping to get a job very soon after few years, and also hoping in that manner to learn treatments. Doctors, please try to understand. Observationships, joining a job or going to any dental clinic is not an ideal way to learn dentistry. So according to me, your basic knowledge, basic theories and basic principles should be confirmed and finalized in your college days. During your internship, you should try to practice out those dental treatments, and you should along that visit or go for observationships in evening hours during your internship. And then as soon as you pass out your internship, the best or ideal student should take up a good mentor, join complete courses, and within few months they can make themselves completely aware about all the scenarios of private practice. I'm not just talking about how to do an RCT, how to do a scaling, how to do best composite filling. No, those are already included. But along with that, what is a private practice, how you can set up your clinic, how to talk to a patient, what are the latest trends, what are the different types of crown materials, how to deal with a lab guy, how to select a laboratory, how to manage your bills, how to manage your assistants, your materials, and there are thousands pictures. So many a times when the students pass out, their main concerns are generally how to do a treatment. And even I was going through the same phase, so I would also had the same dilemma in my mind, how to do a treatment. But when I started my dental clinic, then I realized that doing the dental treatment is far away. Before that, you have thousands of hurdles, and also you have different things and different issues when you manage your private dental clinic. So that is why I would insist you, definitely see, first and foremost mentor is always the college. So you can never miss that out. Many times I see people blaming dental college for their unsuccessful careers. Doctors, please understand, colleges are doing what is in their curriculum. So if you are a dentist who knows everything what was in their curriculum, then only you have a right to blame someone. Then also you don't try to blame the dental college, but still, first make yourself 100% accurate. If you can tell me that I know everything that was in the books, then if you complain about something in dentistry, that is acceptable. But we don't want to play our part, and we want to just blame others. Now, even if you know everything about books, what is written in the books, Please try to find out in where in the books it is written how to set up a dental clinic, how to talk to a patient, how to give pricing of your dental treatment, how to do a healthy competition with your competitor, how to compete smarter way, or how to stand out unique with your seniors. So those all topics are not part of your curriculum. Then why would dental colleges teach you those? If they start teaching those things, then the important and that is basics of our dentistry will not be done completely, and those are the important. So colleges are playing their part, but in dentistry you directly come to a surgical field. Okay, let us consider a medical field. Then you first complete your MBBS job, that is general medicine, and then you acquire specialty. But dentistry is such a special field that with 5 years of course you directly get to do surgeries. So now since this is a special field, you require little bit of special training. Now in that training is where we make mistakes. Every one of us tries to be economic or cheap over here, and even I did the same mistake. Okay, and that is why it is hurting me more, that if there was someone to convince me that take a smarter road, then today I have 3 clinics. Okay, today I have a very good academy, I am successful. But my regret is if someone would have made me realize that before 10-15 years, then I would be a greater success today. When you are trying to get this special skill, we generally think that I will join an observationship, I will go somewhere, I will not get the salary, but I will try to learn from those dentists, etc. Okay, now in that thing what happens is, please try to understand, those dentists are a busy dentist. They have not taken up the responsibility to make you a better dentist. They have to deal with their patient, and when will they spare time to teach you? Okay, and also understand, being a very good clinician and being a good teacher are two different things. So I am not telling that those dentists are not good clinicians. No, almost every dentist can be a very good clinician, but every dentist cannot be a good teacher. Okay, you need to have a lot of good qualities, good patience, and different ways and techniques to explain one thing to someone, and that is what is defined as a mentor. So if you try to take up observationship, unpaid jobs, etc., those are not effective. Everyone who has done this will agree with me that you take a lot of years to perfect your RCTs and a lot of treatment. But if you take up a mentorship, you learn things immediately, and then you can apply them. You can get your jobs faster. Generally, when you go for observationship and you like to get a job, when they ask you questions, we are not aware about the practical field. But now when you have a complete knowledge how things are done in private clinic, then once you do the things, a smart dentist will definitely get to know that this doctor has experience or not, or whether this doctor knows how practically things work. And once you do those things correctly, then the dentist is happily going to pay you out. Even if you are a dentist and I come to you for a job, and if I don't know anything, if I don't know how to write down a prescription, if I don't know what are the brand names, different types of medication we choose, precautions to be taken, okay, how to deal with diabetic patient, what are the normal blood pressure ranges, etc., then will you pay me salary? Have you taken the efforts to make me a good dentist? No one has done that. So you need to play your part. See, I am not just telling you that I am running an academy so you come to my academy. Not at all. I'm just trying to make my point clear, and definitely if you are unbiased to this topic, then you will also agree with my words. Now, choice is up to you. You choose anyone as your mentor. But I want you to choose a mentorship so that you gain the knowledge early uphand, and this will increase your confidence. Generally, when you go to some job interview, we all know in our heart that how much we are deep in dentistry or how much we know. So when you don't have enough knowledge, you are confused, you are shy, and you are not confident. But once you have done a treatment 10 times, 100 times, then you are confident that no, I can do this, and that shows on your face. Similarly, that is what the other dentist is finding on your face, and similarly that confidence is required when you are talking to a patient. Okay, so that is why I have bring up this point. And until now, or up till now, everybody was choosing time as their mentor, but now the world is changed. People are more smarter, common sense in the world has increased, the world is increasing or developing at a faster rate. Okay, so when your seniors were choosing observationships and they were taking 5 years to learn up the things, at that point of time competition was less. Today, when you take 3 years to learn and to make yourself confident, in those 3 years your competition increases 3 times. So let's say, for example, you are passing your dentistry today and you are joining observationships and you are partially taking one single course every 6 months or so. and then you are finding your confidence at the end of 3 years, and at the end interval of 4 to 5 years you start your dental practice. And on the other hand, a student from, let's say for example, my Aksar Dental Academy passes out internships, joins our academy, within 3 to 4 months general dentistry done, within next 4 to 5 months advanced dentistry done. And when they apply for the job, they immediately get the job. Now we teach them how to take up a job, when to change the job, what are the things to be observed. So in 1 year they will change 2 to 3 jobs, because they know that doing the treatment is for the life. They already know how to do it. They are going to the competition to learn what they are charging, what they are doing. And within next 1 year they learn, 1 year they practice, and within the third year they already have their clinic, and they have their clinic with full confidence how to talk to a patient. The difference between a new dentist and an experienced dentist is, the new dentist does not know smarter ways to make excuse, while an experienced dentist knows a smarter way to make an excuse, because that is always necessary in a business. I'm not talking about lying to a patient. I'm not talking about cheating to a patient. But sometimes you should have a smart answer. Sometimes I can speak up things to you can be harsh, and the similar words can be told to you in a polite manner. The aim of both the sentences was to give you information, but one thing will hurt you up, another thing you will accept it readily. And that is what a good mentor teaches you. That is what you gain with an experience. So now you can choose time as your mentor, and you can learn things by making the same mistake many times. And then at the end of 5 to 10 years, you gain your experience, and then you actually start doing practice. But in those 10 years, the errors that you made, those patients are not going to come to you. Those patients' relatives are not going to come to you. But when a student smartly learns the thing, when they are perfect in their OPDs, etc., then in their practice, whatever patient come into their contact, at least they are not making blunders. And that is why their number of OPDs after 5 to 10 years increases. And while for the other people, once they gain their experience, but their number of OPDs slowly starts going down. And similarly, I have many other points when you compare time or a mentor as your teacher. But final conclusion will always come down to this, that try to get a good mentorship, try to get the accurate knowledge, and I can guarantee that it will change your life. It has changed my life. Okay, if I can do it, you all can do it too. Every successful person in this world from any field has a mentor, or many times many mentors. They try to keep someone as their idols. They try to take inspiration from someone, and they try to make up a mentor to whom they come in regular contact, or to whom they talk about their hardships, and those persons will give them suggestions. So a mentor cannot always be for a professional life. You can have a mentor for your personal life. Those are your generally friends whom you talk to about your issues. Sometimes they can be your parents. Similarly, we are talking about dentistry. So my suggestion is not only to every time pay money and get a paid mentorship. No, this is for the new dentist who require professional help, faster help. But now let us come to the other phase of this mentorship. If you are a dentist who is starting their clinic and who is practicing dentist since 1 or 2 years, you need to talk to your seniors. You need to talk to people around you, and some of them can be your mentor, some of them can be your colleagues, and they can also help you out. If you are practicing dentistry more than 5 years, you should be in contact with every senior who is doing dentistry more than 10 years around you, and you can talk to them and you can make them as your mentor, and there are thousands of things you can learn from them. Okay, so it is only not that when you are a fresh dentist, you require help from some other dentist. No, it is part of your life now. If you try to meet up with your surrounding neighborhood dentist at a regular interval, I can guarantee it can benefit you in 1,000 ways. I have learned lot of things by talking or just meeting up with my seniors for a tea, for any other social events, for our association meetings, etc. sort of things. But in all such meetings, as we all are dentists, the topics of the meeting and generally goes down, and then most of the time topic of dentist is higher. And you all will agree with me. Whenever you meet with your friends who are dentists, generally you talk about dentistry. Even if your wife who are not dentists or friends who are not dentists will complain many times that you don't talk about dentistry. And this is a common phase everywhere. Okay, so similarly, when you meet up with your friends, when you're a good terms and conditions with your neighborhood dentist, it can definitely help you out the full dental community. So now let's say, for example, you know me, okay, and you know what is my desire and what I'm trying to do. So now once you met me or once you've known me through videos, then if someone comes and tell you that I went to Dr. Tarun and he did not answer me and he was rude to me, then you will definitely have your thoughts that this is practically not possible. That guy cannot do that. So similarly, when you meet to your neighborhood dentist, and if a patient comes and tell you that neighborhood dentist is doing treatment for free, then you can at least justify that I know that dentist cannot do that. So similarly, a good mentorship, a good fellowship, or a good relationship with your neighborhood dentist can also help you out. But now, if you are a fresher dentist, and if you think that I will take up a senior doctor as my mentor, then they cannot point out each and every minute details to you of a treatment. Okay, so there you will definitely require a professional help. Again, doctors, please remember, I am not talking this because I have my own academy and I want to join, or no. I'm just trying to make you understand. So now, believe me, change your attitude, change your teacher at least for 6 months, and then you see the change in your life. I am telling you this from my own practical experience. I am telling you this from many of the students who, for example, see, I can tell you only what I go through my academy. I don't know about what is going through other academies. So here I'm going to point out my academy's results that I go through. Many people who have joined our academy, and when they tell us, or when after a few years, or whenever every during Diwali we get a greetings from them. Okay, they generally tell us that, do you really made a changes? They always share with us that now I'm starting this treatment, or I did this treatment for the first time, you helped me out, or I did this disinfection first time, I've never done this, I placed a post, I did a rotary RCT, I did aligners, whatever it is. Okay, so and they always tell that you are bringing positive change in our life, and they tell them from their end that my earning has also increased. So that is how we come to a conclusion that definitely mentorship can help you out. It is a smarter way to make yourself smarter, and also a smarter way to start earning money earlier. Okay, so I hope, doctor, my this topic can give you another point to think about and to discuss with your friends also. Yes, as always, we are always here to help you out. So you can always contact us with any of the queries you have related to dentistry. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Also, you can join our WhatsApp group. It is slowly becoming one of the most active group for dentistry. Most of the participants are the 1 to 3 years clinic owners, because they now realize when they have their own clinic that only knowing the treatment is not an issue. There are thousands of issues you come daily in your dental practice, and that is why they are very active in our group. And there is always a daily discussion on treatment plan and lot many practical things related. We can only help you when you ask for it and when you understand you require a help. So if you join the group, don't feel shy. You ask your question. No question is a stupid question. Okay, but don't waste your time. Nobody in this world has taken a responsibility to make you a better dentist. You only can help yourself. And the first step for helping yourself is you to realize that you need a help. Okay, doctors. So that's all from me on this topic. Okay, see you all in yet another interesting dental video. Until then, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you.